I had made a conscious decision not to talk about the NAR settlement, but there's so much misinformation out there and people are starting to ask me questions. So I decided to address the crazy headlines. I've made another conscious decision. It's time for me to talk about it. Jen Blanchard, team leader of the Blanchard team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Fox & Roach Realtors. And here's what buyers and sellers need to know about the recent real estate industry settlement. You may have heard or read about the recent settlement involving the National Association of Realtors, the NAR. The news has sparked a lot of sensational headlines and claims about its impact. Let's take a look beyond the hype and see if it's all true. What does this really mean to you? Here's the first headline. The proposed settlement eliminates the industry standard 6% commission on buying or selling a home. The in-depth explanation behind that headline: individual companies may have their minimum commission rate, but there was never truly an industry standard 6% rate. The settlement does not set, establish, or eliminate a standardized commission. What is new is that the seller or buyer compensation amounts will no longer appear in multiple listing service listings. MLSs are local and regional databases that feature information on homes available for sale. Prior to the settlement, it was common for the seller's agent to include the buyer agent compensation rate with the listing information. That will no longer occur. Aggregator sites like Zillow, Homes.com, and Realtor.com, they combine listing information for many MLSs. They're public facing. They cannot show compensation rates either. Buyer and seller compensation rates can still appear in listings on individual broker websites and on marketing materials. And listing agents are free to share that information directly with potential buyer agents. Headline number 2. Sellers no longer have to pay the buyer's agent. The real story behind that: sellers were never required to pay the buyer's agent, but doing so can offer advantages. Offering a buyer's agent commission may make your property more attractive to a wider audience. It opens the door to buyers who may be unable to afford the commission, in addition to the other out-of-pocket closing costs involved in purchasing a home. Also, when both buyer and seller have professional representation, the complex transaction process is smoother. The buyer has someone with expertise to coordinate with lenders, appraisers, inspectors, attorney review, closing documents. And the seller has peace of mind from knowing that these items are being taken care of according to the terms of the agreement by somebody who knows what they're doing. In our region, more than 99% of sellers choose to pay buyer agent compensation. The seller and their agent determine that rate. It's important for both buyers and sellers to work closely with their real estate professionals to make decisions based on their individual situation, their unique needs, and real-time market conditions. Headline number 3. This is a doozy. Sellers are prohibited from offering buyer agent compensation. Well, this one is totally not true. The settlement does not have any bearing on the seller's decision to offer or not to offer buyer agent compensation. The settlement only prohibits the information from appearing in the MLS. Headline: the NAR settlement will revolutionize home buying and selling. All right, behind that headline, like any industry, residential real estate is constantly evolving. Since our beginnings in 1886, we've seen many changes in the way houses are bought and sold. But from our perspective, few things haven't changed. Real estate transactions are complex. Having professional representation is critical to protect the interests of both buyers and sellers in what is often the largest financial investment of their life. Buyers and sellers deserve professional representation regardless of their income. Here's another headline. Now it will cost less to buy or sell a home. Behind that headline is this: the settlement does not impact the cost of professional services associated with a real estate transaction. Buyers and sellers may share costs that the seller traditionally covered. For buyers and sellers alike, realtors provide specialized knowledge. We manage a complex process and we protect our clients' best interest. Realtors deliver tremendous value and they deserve fair compensation for the work that they do on their clients' behalf. The last headline that I want to talk about is this one: buyer representation will become a thing of the past. Simply not true. In fact, professional representation for the home buyer is more important than ever. The settlement requires that buyers have a signed representation agreement, including the negotiated compensation rate, prior to showing homes. In many areas, that has long been standard practice. And we have had procedures in place to support this, but we just haven't really used it. Professional representation will always be of utmost importance to protect the buyer's interest in what is among the most, if not the most, significant investment in their portfolio and in their lives. So what's the bottom line? The real estate landscape changes constantly, and the full implications of the NAR settlement are hard to predict. But there's a couple of things I know for sure. Our mission here at the Blanchard team to go above and beyond to support both buyers and sellers through one of the most important financial decisions of their lives, that remains essential. And our commitment to integrity and transparency in all of our dealings is unwavering. The professionals on our team are dedicated to representing your best interests in all your real estate transactions. If you enjoyed this video and you like the information I had and how I deliver it, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the little bell. You'll always be notified when I post a new video. It's my goal to make sure you have all of the real estate information you need to be successful, whether you're buying or selling, investing, or renting. Just need some information about our local areas, by all means, give us a call.